it's me, Emma, and welcome to my channel all about depression. So another update, I went to visit my psychiatrist on Saturday, and he gave me my GeneSight Psychotropic test results, which I will share with you because this thing is like really expensive on its own. I'll talk about that in a second, but the new medicine I am on is called Prestique. The regular name is Desvenlafaxine. So I'm no longer on Trintellix, thank God, and I'm not taking any supplements or anything, although he said I should probably get Folixer and take it twice a day. So, about this gene testing thing, what they did was, the assistant lady from the psychiatrist I visit, she gave me this cheek swab. I swabbed it, I signed a form, and then it was sent out. And let me see, it has some information on this, if I can find it, and you bet your ass that this video is not going to be edited because I just genuinely cannot be bothered with that. Okay. So this page is called Test Information, and you probably can't read a single word of that because I'm using my front camera, not my front camera, my selfie camera, and it sucks. But it says the buccal swab sample was collected on 2/9/2019 and received in the library on 2/21/2019. So it is a slow-ass process. It took like 10 days just to get it into the lab, but then afterwards the test came out relatively quickly. The test is not cleared or approved by the FDA, and these interpretations are based upon data available in scientific literature and prescribing information for the relevant drugs. So there's like a bunch of numbers here that I don't freaking understand because I'm failing all my classes. Okay, so it just tests how my body metabolizes different kinds of medicines. In this case, we're looking at antidepressants. So there's 3 sections: use as directed, moderate gene-drug interaction, and significant gene-drug interaction. So the green ones are drugs that will probably work for my body, maybe, probably not. So the ones that I've tried are Wellbutrin or bupropion, which is in the green category, so that should have worked for me. That was my least bad drug that I've tried so far. Like, it was the one that gave me the least side effects, and I didn't feel better on it, but I didn't feel bad either, so that was a step up. And then in the middle, I tried Trintellix, which didn't work. I've tried Zoloft, which didn't work. I've tried Lexapro, which didn't work. So yeah, should have known this information before I did all of that. Now, I said I was going to talk about price, but I clearly didn't. This, I received a form while I was getting my cheeks swabbed, and it said insurance is supposed to cover it, but they will be sending an email to your address that you fill out on the form to give you the full price before they actually test the swab. I never got that email, so I'm assuming that GeneSight is just bros with my super wealthy, super old psychiatrist, and I didn't have to pay anything. But if my insurance comes knocking, then shit, yeah, it'd be like that. Okay, and then clinical considerations. There are numbers on the sides of these guys saying that serum level may be too high, lower doses may be required. So what they found out was that my metabolism is very slow, which I thought was weird because I can eat a lot and not get fat. But for these meds, it's really slow, so I need a smaller dosage so it doesn't like hit all at once and give me crazy side effects. And yeah, that's kind of it. And then on the next page, they just did a test for like hypnotics, so like Xanax and stuff. And I can take all of it, which is great. Don't do drugs, kids. And then on the 3rd page is antipsychotics, and I don't have any issues that require antipsychotics, so I'm not really going to look into that. Next is mood stabilizers, and I should be good for all of them. Yep. Okay. And then here is patient genotypes and phenotypes. I'm not sure how genotypes work, but what this basically says, like this fat freaking piece of scientific blah blah blah, says that my serotonin receptors are really small, and therefore I don't get happy hormones, or not hormones, like, yeah, hormones. I don't know. I didn't do too well in chem. Okay. Let me read. Here, let me read a bit from the top one. This patient is heterozygous for the short long promoter polymorphism of the serotonin transporter gene. The short promoter allele is reported to decrease the expression of the serotonin transporter compared to the homozygous long promoter allele. The patient may have a decreased likelihood of response to selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors due to the presence of the short form of the gene. So that means I'm biologically sad, which is friggin' great to know. Yeah. I don't know how I have such short serotonin alleles. Maybe it's because my parents didn't friggin' love me enough as a kid. Like, I wasn't breastfed, probably got dropped too many times. Like, I fell out of a high chair and, like, was crying for, like, a few days. That was the only time I've ever broken a bone in my body, and it was my left leg when I was, like, 0. And my parents didn't realize that, like, I had fallen out of a chair and broken my leg until, like, that night. What a tangent! But yeah, my parents didn't love me. It'd be like that. Okay, and then here's some more genes that I don't understand because AP Bio was not on my class schedule. And here's like a fat list of gene-drug interactions, which I think is basically just like the first few pages, but like more. So, do I look like an intellectual to you? No. And then here is the GeneSight order medical necessity documentation. And my diagnosis is, does the patient suffer from major depressive disorder? Yes. So what does that give me? Literally nothing good in life. Like, my friends that have ADHD, they get like extra time on the SAT, they get early class schedule choosing times, and I get to mope for more than the average human being does, which is great. So it says medication that the patient has failed or is currently failing, Trintellix. Yeah, yeet. Love medicines that just don't work for me. So like under the diagnosis, those are like very common symptoms of depression. The only one that I don't have is significant weight gain or loss. So like, shout out to my attractive genes that keep this tummy slightly tucked. Oh my god, I'm so sad. So yeah, big shout out to my doctor. And then the rest is like ADHD, stuff like that. That doesn't really apply to me. And then this last page says something about folixer. So I have reduced folic acid conversion. This genotype is associated with reduced folic acid metabolism. I don't actually know what folic acid does to me, and I should probably have learned that before making this video, but I'm impulsive because my parents never loved me and never supported me in what I did. So, yeah. So that's why he wants me to take folixer, but it's like $33 a bottle, and like, I didn't even buy a textbook for one of my classes, and like, I'm failing it now, but like, what makes you think I'm going to buy a reoccurring bottle of folixer? I don't know. So overall, like, is this supposed to be a review? I don't know. I actually found the information in here really, really helpful. Like, granted, I only understood like a third of it, but they like color code it very nicely, and they write everything in like a nice list, and like, this is definitely very understandable if you have more than like 5 brain cells. I'm sure you can like Google the information, but yeah. So, would I spend money on this test? Yes, definitely, I would. But then again, I am from a middle upper class family, so I've never had to worry about like medicine and stuff like that. Obviously, if like you are struggling to make ends meet, then don't spend your hard-earned money on like a freaking cheek swab test that will literally tell you what you already know. Because like, I already know I'm sad as shit. Like, I already know I have like super short, stubby serotonin receptors that like miss all the serotonin that's flying around my brain. Like, I could take a fucking sniff of cocaine and just like smile a bit, like maybe dance to like one song and then be like bleh, again because I'm sad. Okay, yeah. So I started Prestige last night, and it's supposed to make you sleepy, so I took it at night, even though the instructions were in the morning because I'm a rebel. Yeah, I hope it works. I have finals next week, and I'm about to fail 2 of my 3 classes. Academic standing, who? So it's not looking too well, but this was a nice talk. Yeah, this is good times. Hopefully someone will have found this helpful. Obviously everyone's like responses should be different. Yeah, so GeneSight, I like it. I think it's very helpful to know like what exactly is wrong with me. And that's all. Subscribe to keep up with my sadness journey, and hopefully someday it'll be a happy journey. But until then, you can watch me pretend to be happy on my main channel, Moi, where I open cute shit like squishies that I'm friggin' obsessed with because that cures my depression. No, it doesn't. That's it. Bye. Like this video. Bye.